welcomes you to this live stream of live Forex trading. A whole 3 hours of news.
We begin with that wild ride on Wall Street.
You're seeing new record highs on the S&P and NASDAQ.
Interviews.
Some will make money, some will lose money, but that's just the way the markets always work.
Analysis and live trades. So sit back, lock in, and load up your trading terminals. And let's get this rocket to blast off. Introducing your host, Lord Banks FX. Prepare for launch in 3, 2, 1.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is March 22nd, and we are starting a new trading week. How's everybody doing? Ready to get started with the new week. Let's do this. What up, Roma? What up, Gabby? Yes, 22nd, not 19. I updated that. Sorry, my bad. When it uses the same settings, so it had the old date, but I fixed it. Should be good now. Let's see here. We're looking at how does the audio sound, first of all, because I used some new settings and I just want to make sure it sounds good. Doesn't sound like glitchy or echoey or duplicating. Let me know in the chat. All right. So okay, cool. Let's look at this. This was a trade from Friday that we had set up, and we stopped trading here because we stopped at 4:30. But when we were set up here, we were waiting for breaks above or below. We had this little range happening, and it came down and it tested, but it pulled back up. Had a little retrace action happen here before it moved down, and then after the fact, moving into New York session, it finally broke below here. The trade was still valid, so once you saw this break, you could have entered in. Once the candle closed below, you would have entered right here, and you would have targeted this area here, take profit. Actually moved down all the way to about 60 pips. So that would have been a nice opportunity. If you guys would have taken that, you could have been out by 9:15, 9:30 Central Standard Time. So yeah, just right after NYSE open. But anyways, we'll start fresh, clean charts, guys. You know how I like to do. You know, I'm a price action trader. You know, I like the clean charts, so I don't use any of the previous bias. So go ahead and delete everything, and we'll start with the weekly here. The weekly here, we're just going to look at what kind of direction we're looking at. I see the previous candle did close bearish for last week, and we're opening up bearish still. We still have all this bullish momentum. So, you know, we definitely want to start seeing some market structure come down below. But for now, we're still bullish on the weekly. If I come down on the daily, we can start to see that we are now maybe breaking some of this market structure here. You see here some of the tops here that's coming down to test and break through. It'll be interesting how this week will play out for us. Maybe we'll catch a nice trend to the bearish downside and have some nice trading opportunities. But for now, let's look here. Oh. All right, so we're right here on, let's see, yeah, this is still the daily. Now let's look at the 4-hour, see if we can mark up some levels here. You know, automatically I'm going to see this level at the top. Below price here, we're looking at a level right here where it's currently at. Seems to be a nice interesting level on the 4-hour. It looks like maybe a small one right here. just key levels that we want to look at on the 4-hour. Obviously, we saw the weekly move bearish and continuing bearish right now. Daily is bearish, right? So maybe we should be looking for opportunities to the downside, right? See what this looks like. And I don't really like the choppiness of this, but it is a clear direction. So maybe we can look for price moving below here. If we can get price to move below here, maybe we can target about 40 pips here. Little range right here that we could probably target. What do you guys think? To the upside, let's see here. So we got this little area here. Maybe what we should be looking for above here. Maybe even above here. I'd probably feel more comfortable above here. Above this area. And about a 30 pip range right there. We could target. Those are both good ranges. Move this so it doesn't throw you guys off, because we're still looking at this level anyways. Still in the same area. So these are the areas we're looking at. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense right there. Right now it looks like we are moving towards the downside. So what we want to see is a nice clear candle breakthrough here. Read the price action, take a nice risk reward, and shoot to the downside to try to target this area here. We'll take a nice, we could take a nice solid 15, 20, 25 pips. That'd be good. Remember guys, it's Monday, beginning of the week. Things are slow. Let's not rush into any trades. Let's not try to overtrade, over leverage. Let's stick to our plans here. And by doing so, we should see some nice results for the week. So I have some swing trades that I've been running tests on and just looking at overall. So I have this other chart up here. Just some setups that I was looking at potentially here on GA. It's actually kind of like around its entry right now, but essentially we're moving to the downside here, and I'm looking to move from this zone right here to this zone, and I have my stops above here in the wicks in the previous high and targeting down here in the next zone. And this will probably play out over you know, maybe the span of the week, who knows. But I'm running tests on this. This isn't a setup I'm calling. I'm just running some testing on here. I already had GJ set up from since last week, and it's in profit like about 100 pips from this particular setup. We were risking 96 pips to gain like 488. So it's currently in profit, about 96 pips. So that was one of the tests that I was running, and on gold too here. Actually gold on the 4 hour, we got about 2 hours left on this 4 hour. This could be a potential entry for a nice buy setup to target this next level up here. Potentially, I mean, this could be, right now it's about a see, that's about a 400 pip potential profit, risking about 126 pips though, and gold's a little volatile. So this isn't a setup just yet. I'm just testing swing strategies. Like I said, this will probably play out over time. But as we go through these charts, I'll have these setups, and as I'm testing new strategies and new things that I can provide some more value for you guys, I'll start adding them and sending them out as well. But this is just to see where we're at. So I'm actually running tests on these three right now, and I mean, GJ's in profit since last week. GA is kind of around break even entry area, and gold is looking like it's coming back into the entry level to test this trend line, see if we can continue up. But let's go back here, look at what gold's doing on this side. So also Friday here we had a setup to actually take a buy for about 73 pips. Once it took that buy, came back down into the range a little bit, pushed back up, retesting these same highs, and then continues to push it down. So this was the gold setup. Just gonna remove this because it's not what we're looking at. See, this thing's moving down. On the weekly, I mean, since August, it's just been pushing down. And last week, it actually closed bullish. Daily looks like it's been kind of in a range the last 3 trading days, 19th, 18th, and the 17th. 4 hour here. I mean, we see this kind of direction in the 4 hour, where this was a low, it created a high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So ideally, we would like to see a new higher high be formed. Now, I would probably say, since we've identified direction, seems to be going bullish. But identify a nice area of entry here where it's testing this trend line, and if the trend continues, it should be looking to create higher highs. We can come down to the 30-minute and 15-minute to look for entry. So if we look at the 15-minute, we see some nice clear rejection here, and actually we could probably take a buy here. Our stops below the wicks, About maybe 30, 32 pip. Well, coming down a bit. I would say about a 30 pip stop loss here. I'm trying to this number down. Okay, about a 30 pip stop loss, and then we can target new highs, right? So this would be target level 1, target level 2, and potentially it should have a nice new high after this. So I would say maybe target a little bit up here. And this would be a nice risk reward, 6.3. And this may take some time to play out. You know, maybe target 1 could play out during this session. Actually, target 1 should be 30 pips from entry. So what do we have here? Our entry is 17 entry 1732 3003. So 32 plus 30 pips from there, 1735. That would be take profit 1. Take profit 2. Take profit 3. And then your take profit 4. This could be a nice setup here. You could wait if you wanted on the 15-minute here to see a bullish candle. It looks like it's pulling down a little bit in drawdown. Like I said, I mean the wicks here and the test of this trend line should hold on the if the pattern is going to continue here, which would be continuation to the upside. And ideally, you know, you should be seeing higher highs than this, so that's why that target's right there. Remember, it's Monday, so you know I wouldn't risk. Yeah, the 30 minutes still bearish. Maybe see that 30-minute come over. Bullish would be nice. We got about 10 minutes, 10 minutes and 50 seconds on that. But seeing that turn bullish would be extra confirmation for the validation of this setup. Excuse me. Sorry. Got some things here. Yeah, I'd probably wait on the 30-minute for this. The 30-minute to turn bullish. Because if the 15-minute, although, we had this little doji, it's not good. It's doji and it's bullish, but I need more confirmation. So I would like, if I could get this to be a bullish engulfing candle, be nice. Got about 8.5 minutes on that, so I would wait on that. See where GJ is at. Okay, so GJ is still moving down a bit here. The 30-minute, 15. Let's see what happens. Let's go ahead and check Forex Factory here. See what kind of news we're looking at for the week and what should we be aware of. We got 8 a.m. USD, Fed Chair Powell speaks. This could have an effect on our pairs. So make sure you pay attention to that at 8 a.m. if you're still trading tomorrow. GBP at 6:50 a.m. Orange folder here. Pay attention to that. 9 a.m. USD Fed Chair Powell testifies. All right. Wednesday, 2 a.m. we got GBP. Pay attention to that. Potentially here some Euro action, but really this shouldn't affect us too much. 4:30 a.m. GBP. Pay attention to that. 8:45 USD, 9 a.m. USD. Yeah, well, I mean, this week looks like we're gonna have JPY, JP here. Thursday, GBP at 4:30 a.m. Yeah, so it looks like we're gonna have quite a bit of news this week. But for today, all we have to worry about is 8 a.m. US dollar. So just for this session, we should be fine. We'll be done by 4:30. So if it hasn't set up and it's gonna set up, make sure you're just paying attention to this 8 a.m. Red folder here. Let's see what the Chinese indicator says. GBP has a bunch of strength. JPY does not. See what the losers are doing. 65% are short, so they're still going short here. See how that changes over time. See what gold is looking like. Okay, it's still bearish here. We've got about 5 minutes and 50 seconds. Still got some time. Mondays always start off slow, I think it's important to recognize that just because, I know a lot of people are eager, especially like over the weekend. You've been probably watching Forex videos and taking some education and applying some skills, back testing, and you're all of a sudden you're ready to go for Monday and you want to turn your $100 account into $10,000. So some people may be eager to trade today, but you have to remember it's Monday. Markets start up kind of slow. You want to let that volume come in, and you want to be as sure as you can for whatever it is that you're currently looking at. But anyways, let's look at some of this support and resistance here. Oh, let's see this right here. And then this right here. You got this other one here too. Just marking up significant areas here. Here. We got about 2.5 minutes here on a 30-minute. We're still closing bearish here. So you want to be patient. You want to be patient. You want to get some bullish confirmation. And you know, today could be very well be a no trade day. You know, and if it is, it's okay. We can keep it moving. Got about a minute left here on this gold setup. Like I said, we're waiting for bullish confirmation. We haven't received that yet, so we're not in, there's no active trade right now. This is just a setup that I'm going over. We are waiting on GJ here. We did top-down analysis on this. We're looking for potential buys above this area, potential sells below this area, and we're waiting for the candles to get there. I live stream here. London session start at 1:30 a.m. and we run all the way to 4:30 a.m. So I'm gonna go ahead and set my marker right here, just so I know where we're going to. And remember, guys, you can screenshot this setup, and this may play out, you know, during New York session. These areas are still valid. Right now, this whole area right here that we're in, for me, is a no trade zone. I'm not gonna look to trade anything in there. For me, I just feel more comfortable above or below that. You know, it is about a 79-80 pip range. Let's see, and see, might be a good range right here. Above here. Potentially above here we can target this area right here. About 25 pip range. If it moves all the way to the top of that, it's about 37 pips. Yeah, actually I would take that. And I like the clean traffic right here on the 30-minute. Yeah. So let's go ahead and adjust this a bit. and it's actually 150, 750. I mean, it's moving to the upside, but we would have potential here. At least 25 pips, 25 to 30, 25 to 38 pips, I would say. I would probably just target this 25 pips here. Right here. Yeah. Then here, not enough. That's 12 pips. Not enough range there. You're more comfortable below here. So whatever plays out here while we're on the session, you know us. We'll take the live trade here. I tell you guys when I enter. Manage the trade live, guys. So we're on the 30-minute here that just finished. It finished bearish here, but the next 30-minute here, where it looks like we're starting to move up. Like I said, we're looking for bullish confirmation on here. See if we can take this to the upside, since we've already confirmed on the 4-hour. So we'll wait for this thing to play out. Ace Gaming, morning all, morning, welcome to the channel. Dang, it's pushing down here. You see, if we would have got in prematurely, would have been looking at, you know, hitting our stop loss there. We need that bullish confirmation for this to give us a clear entry, and we have not received it. So that is pending. We're waiting here on movement, either above this or below this, to jump in on GJ. Hope you guys had a great, amazing weekend. I hope you guys used your time wisely. You know, I think weekends are super important to do some back testing, review your trades from the week, both your winners and your losing trades, and just you know, see what you could have done better. You know, your winning trades, you want to see if you could have had better entries. You know, less drawdown, or if you could have held on to them longer and profited more. You know, you're losing trades, you want to see at what point you could have cut your losses, or how could you have identified that it was a losing trade and you no longer should have been in that trade, right? So I think that the weekends are super important to make sure you're jumping in to do that kind of thing. Anyways, we had a really nice week last week. I ended up like with 12% profit for the week. And 12% is beating the banks, baby. That's all we got to do. You beat the banks every week, and you can turn this into a full-time thing, you know? There we go. Just getting my phone set up in case I got to jump in for a trade. All right. So we are still waiting here. Look at gold. Gold is still pushing down. Be nice to see some rejection here on this level of support. Respecting that level, it would be nice to see that, especially with this trend line here, to kind of validate our setup. And this may be a trade that, I mean, we're targeting here like 200 pips. And it could potentially go higher than that. Still got about 20 minutes left on this candle. At GA, there's a couple of good opportunities here in GA. We set up this range here, broke out, could have entered here, taken 65 pips, came back, retested the breakout. You could have set up here another trade, taking about 35 pips, and it looks like it's retesting this level again. But on the 30-minute, like we got a little bit of bullish momentum this way. So overall, 4-hour been going up. Now we have bearish movement like this, but what we see recently is it's been going up. And it's created a high here, higher low, and maybe it's creating a double top here. Be a good sign, good indication if this candle is engulfing the other. I'm not trading GA though today, so looking at different things. If you guys have charts, you can send them. If you have marked up charts, send them through the chat. Remember, you just copy the end here. First you want to go to the camera, you save it, save the image, copy the ending after the X, and then send that in the chat, and I can look at it for you, give some feedback, and give you my thoughts on it. This is GJ pushing down now, coming into this little zone here. We've got about 20 minutes here on this 30-minute candle. We're waiting for the price to reach these potential areas here. My bad. I'm trying to be a little bit more consistent on Instagram, so I'm trying to add posts on there. I think I'm gonna post my recaps on there of trades. We got a question here from Ace Gaming. Hey bro, what's your consideration on understanding a possible wick fill and or rejections? So the wick fills are important on higher time frames. I think that on higher time frames, when you see the wicks, you'll see it on lower time frames being filled. So I pay attention to them, you know, on the weekly, daily, and the 4 hour, and just to be aware of price potential moving down there. So it could be important for whenever you're looking for entries in smaller time frames. Now, if I'm looking at a wick and where I'm deciding whether or not the probability of it being filled really depends on how price action is printing out. So if I see a level of support like this and I see a wick to the one wick to the downside of that, I'm not focusing on the wick because of the level of support. Now, if I see, let's see, like one of these candles where right here we have level of support, but if we just see one single candle without that level of support, then I'm looking for potential. The probability is higher that we can fill that wick. But it really depends on what price action is telling you in the moment. I think that's what's really important to understand here is the way I trade is I'm reading the most accurate data that is in the data that is available to me at that moment, right? So I'm not making a decision on what I'm doing and then just waiting on price and doing it. I'm doing my analysis to indicate price areas to focus on, and then when price reaches that area, I'm reading the candlesticks, the price action, for them to actually make a decision to enter or not to enter. When I set this up here, I'm not saying, hey, right at this price sell it, right at this price buy it. You know, like that would be like if you could set up pending orders and say, okay, at this price, you know, buy it and hit this price or whatever. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm going to wait for the price to get to this price, this area, right? The 150.325. And then I'm going to read what the candles are doing. If it's a candle that doesn't justify my risk or reward, if it starts right here, like for example, if this candle moves all the way down here and then closes, I'm not going to enter that trade. I wouldn't enter, like, let's say this candle comes down to here and it closes right here. So then my entry on the next candle would be right here. And then I'd have to put my stops above the previous candle wick, right? This previous candle, the wick right now is a really small wick, so it would be right there. Now, I wouldn't do that because look at my risk to reward. Like, if I'm targeting this area here, it's 0.43. That's not smart trading. So I wouldn't get in, right? Like, I would look to see for it to come back around this area, maybe retest it and stuff before it continues down. Ideally, I want a candle that's going to wake up a little bit above here and then maybe close down right here. So then I have a nice risk to reward. You know, it's 2.13, shooting for about 32 pips, risking about 15. You know, even if I could get this to 10, it would be nice, you know? See, yeah, like this. This is ideally what I would be looking for, is risking about 10, gaining about 30, and I would be happy, right? But in order for this to play out, I need a candle to come down here, break below, close, and then with enough wick that's not too high to mess my risk reward ratio up, but just right to where it makes the trade worth it. If I'm going to risk money, if I'm risking my own personal money, I'm not going to do it in a probability that has the least favorable terms, right? So you wouldn't put a risk that is going to be way up here, right? Like you're risking more than your potential is. You know, why would you risk your money for that? That's a not smart move. You know, like I mean, I don't know how else to explain it. Like it's just not something you would do. But anyways, like I said, the way I trade has a lot to do with being active on the charts and reading the candlesticks, right? Even once I enter the trade, the game now becomes it moves into the second phase, which is trade management, right? So as it's moving down here, you know, I'm looking, if I'm risking 10 pips, you know, I'm looking for my TP1 to be at that 1-to-1 at 10 pips. You know, at 10 pips, I can adjust my stop loss to break even. I can take partials. I can close the whole thing if it's not printing out how I want it, or it's not creating the lower lows and the wicks. Like I'm constantly reading the candles to make a decision on how I'm managing the trade, right? And the way I trade, like I said, my style of trading allows for that active management. You know, I know there's swing traders or position trading where, you know, people are moving from one zone to the next, and that plays over a week time, and you don't do too much management on that because I mean, like how could you be on one chart for like 5 days straight managing it? You know, that's different. So for me, you know, this is just the way I trade. And I'm not saying that those other styles are wrong or shouldn't be used or done or whatever. Those other styles are just different styles, you know? So yeah, but I think that whenever you're moving down to a low and you're breaking here, and if we had a wick, like on the higher time frame, then the possibility of a lower time frame wick fill is higher. So then I would react to that, read that, and make a decision. You know, because even though like we have like a wick on the higher time frame, you know, there could be lower time frame candles, like maybe 5-minute candles that are moving down, and then it pulls right back up within the same hour or whatever, causing that wick. The wick just means that price visited that area on a smaller time frame, you know. Anyways, it looks like we're moving down here. What is gold doing? Oh, look at gold, guys. Look at gold. We are, oh man, maybe the previous, okay, the previous 15 closed a little doji like this. Now, we look like, it looks like here, we're about 10 minutes here, and we're bullish engulfing. So I like this. Okay, so let's wait for this thing to close. And then maybe we can get an entry, put our stops below the wick, and then we'll ride this thing up. This could be a nice setup. Let's just wait. We got about 9 minutes. Let's be patient, guys. Remember, because this thing could reverse, continue to move to the downside. It looks like we have a little bit of resistance here at the top. So it would be nice to see this, you know, kind of push above this, get a nice entry, put our stops below here, and we can ride this clean traffic up. See what happens here. If you're just joining the live stream, guys, we are live trading here. We're looking at setups for gold, and we're looking at setups for GJ. Right now, we have potential buys above this area, potential sells below this area. We have nice ranges on each side. Ideally, I would like a sell on this because we could potentially move on further as price is changing direction. On the weekly candle, we closed bearish, so I like the way it's moving. And here on gold, we're still watching this. We got about 8.5 minutes for this potential setup. And guys, you know, if you're new to this channel, if you're just joining us, I live trade Monday through Friday, London session, 1:30 a.m. Central Standard Time to 4:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. If you enjoy what you're seeing and are getting any value or education out of this, feel free to subscribe, hit the notification bell. That way you can be notified when I go live. Yeah, if you guys can give me a like on the stream so other people can become aware of the channel and start, coming in and learning something and joining with us, joining along here. I'll be here all week. I try to provide as much value I can. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the chat. Send your markups in the charts and I can pull them up and review and give you feedback on that as well. But anyways, we have about 7 minutes here. Looking at this candle, it's looking really nice. I like the way this candle is forming, and it's going to create a nice entry for us. So just be patient, guys. Make sure you're standing by here. I will let you guys know when we're in active trade. We're not in an active trade right now, but we're looking at a couple of good setups for gold and GJ. And remember, guys, it's Monday, so let's not over trade, let's not over leverage, let's not throw any Lambo lots. Right now, we are just easing into the market. It's Monday, March 22nd, and we're live trading here, waiting for setups on both GJ and gold. Maybe GJ doesn't play out for us right now, but we get an entry on gold, and maybe that'll be the trade we take. Oh yeah, I like the way it's moving right now for sure. We've got 6.5 minutes left. Oh, also, guys, I think hopefully maybe it's already in this. Yeah. So I'm gonna start using the Telegram. I had a lot of requests to send out information to the Telegram, signals, ideas, setups, and stuff like that. So the link is actually in the description. It should be in the description. Hopefully it's in the description. I'm pretty sure I set it up to be in the description. If it's not, just send me a message. But the link for the Telegram should be in the description if you guys want to join that. And that way you guys get more direct information straight to your phone as I see things. Because although I do not, I'm not going to be streaming the New York session. I do trade the New York session. So there could be opportunities there that I send out, or if a trade doesn't play out during the stream and then it becomes active in New York, I can send that information out and you guys will get notified. So we got about 5 minutes here and gold is pulling back a bit. This is why we wait for candle closures. If this thing pushes down bearish, I don't want to be in it. But if it does close bullish, it would be a nice setup, nice entry indication that we're going to push up. And I would definitely jump into that trade. Hang on a second, I'm getting a couple messages here. All right. In about 4.5 minutes, this wouldn't be an entry right now. Like I wouldn't like that. There's too. I think I needed to push up more. Even if it closed right there, it is bullish, but that's not enough volume for. I wouldn't like that kind of confirmation. I would need a better, bigger body on the candle, to feel comfortable jumping in. Maybe right here, yeah. So about 4 minutes left. This is about a 28 pip stop loss right there. Let's see here. About 3 minutes. 3.5 minutes. Let's look at GJ. GJ is still in the range, not doing anything with that right now. But maybe we get entry here with gold. See how this thing moves for us. Got about 2 minutes and 45 seconds here. Like I said, we're looking for this candle to give us clear indication and confirmation that we're moving up, and that'd be in the form of a bullish candle with a nice body. We have the little wick to the downside. You know, I would put my stops below this support down here underneath the wick. And guys, remember, if you're taking these trades with your own broker, this is gold. Don't pay attention to the price, like the number price. Pay attention to the area, because your brokers will have it may vary in price a little bit, because you know different brokers have different prices, you know, and you have spreads and you have all kinds of things. So you know, just look on your platform, whatever you're trading with, and you know, look at the 15-minute, look at this wick, and you're gonna put stops just below that, right, to account for your spread. That way it could vary, you know, by a few pips. But let's see, we got about a minute left here. I don't know if I want to jump into this at this point. 30-minute, no. Well, actually, 30-minute, 5-minute. It'll be a little bit risky, but I think I might take it. See, it's gonna be, yeah. Got about 30 seconds here. We're looking at risking about 30 pips here. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump in on this gold setup. It is an active trade now. I am in this trade. So let's see here. My entry was actually 1731 18. Risking about 30 pips, and we are in profit just a little bit here. So risking 30 pips, looking at 1734 18 as our TP1. That's our take profit 1. Take profit 2. You know, this clean traffic is going to be really nice. Take profit 3 and 4. So we are in profits right now. If you jumped into the gold trade, we are currently in profits. GJ is still playing out, but we are in gold right now, and about 6 pips in profit, 7 pips in profit. Showing live trades on MT4 C Trader, because I'm using my phone, but like I do all the markups on the trading view, and then I execute on my phone on MT4. See, so we are still in a little bit of profit. Looks like it's coming back to break even. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I mean, for me personally, I do all the markups and everything on TradingView. I could probably find a way to set up to show you guys the account. All right, here. See. We're currently down about 7-8 pips here. Yeah, the 30-minute look. Previous 30-minute was bullish. Nice wicks to both sides. Kind of a doji here. Indication of price reversal from moving this way. Be nice if we could hold this area and continue pushing up. That's the move that I'm looking for. See what GJ is doing. GJ is still playing in the no trade zone. Oh, oh, here we go. Thing is, draw down about 10 pips. Hopefully it's just creating the bottom wick here. Ideally, I don't want to see it, you know, pushing down, creating these new lows. Because then the probability changes, right? This could have probably been a better setup if we looked at areas above here because of this clean traffic. But this trade setup is based on this rate. Really the 4-hour, see the 4-hour setup here. Following this trend, this bullish trend, creating this pattern where there's higher highs, retesting for the third time here the trend line. So the probability that this continues on this pattern is higher than the probability of it continuing down. So that's what I'm playing into. So we shall see. Where do you learn trading from? I mean, you can learn on the internet. There's all kinds of information out there. Where did I personally learn? I actually learned by losing money. I've been trading for 6 years, and I started out, and I mean, I looked at all kinds of different things, and there was a lot of people that were selling information that really wasn't helpful. And I did buy a bunch of information, but most of that information you can find online for free. I know it's in different places, but if you just simply Google search, there's a ton of YouTube videos where people are using like they put their strategies up on videos, and they put a lot of helpful information. But there's also misinformation. So really, it's being able to decipher between what's what, and really trading. Like, I don't think there's tons of strategies out there, and they're all of them have their win rates or whatever. But I think that once you're gonna you have to take one strategy and tweak it to work for you and your psychology and your unique trading style, and then just run with that. Because if you're just trying to copy something from someone to the T, it may not always play out in your favor. And that's just the way it is. I think that once you begin to understand how you should be trading, because how you work and what's comfortable for you. Like, for example, me, I don't necessarily like to hold. I do intraday trading, so I want to be in and out within my session. I'm gonna be here till 4:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. So by 4:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, I'd like to be in and out of my trade. You know, so if you're in this trade, the stop losses I'm looking at targeting is below this wick. You see this wick, there's a level of support, and then there's also the trend line. So I'm putting my stops below this wick. If you're in that, it should be about 30 pips from your entry. You got in where I'm at. Why no moving averages? I don't use moving averages for my trading style, for my intraday trading. I am working on a couple of swing trade ideas and strategies that I'm incorporating moving averages, like this stuff. But I'm not. These aren't ones that I'm currently testing this stuff, so it's not something that I'm putting out there right now. Maybe later when I have confirmation it's working and I have the data behind it, and I can go over that. I have to test it first and then implement it to my live accounts and see how it plays out before I feel confident enough to share that, really. Right now we are in this gold trade. It's down about 12, 13 pips here, about 15 pips. And if I see this candle close below this area, I may close half of my position just to manage my trade, take off some risk. And if it ends up moving to hit stop loss, then I end up losing less than originally planned, and that's a good thing. So this could very well just be wicking right here and push back up here in a minute. All right, let's see here. We got about 3 minutes left on this candle on the 15-minute. It is pushing down here. I'm hoping this is going to be just a wick. 5-minute look like. I'll see how this thing holds. 30-minute, about 17 minutes. It could just be this 15-minute pushing down before it climbs up. So we'll see how this plays out. Let's look at GJ. GJ is still in this no trade zone area. We're looking for moves above or below this to get a nice probability setup. Let's see, Alex. What up, Alex? Welcome back. You got a chart for me? Check it out for you. Let's see. All right, we're looking at AUD USD on the 30-minute. No trade range. High of the day right here. Better zone to take buys above this area. Risky sells below. Why is it risky sells below? Is it because it's bullish? Daily lows. No trade range. Better zones to take sells below. Okay, I would need to see like more over here, but yeah, it looks like this is the range here. The only reason I don't know if I don't really like the gap situation. I know a lot of people that trade gaps, and you know, people are always like, oh yeah, the gaps are awesome to trade and because they're supposed to close all the time, but I'm not a fan of trading gaps. But this looks like a nice setup here. Got a trade range here. Not sure why would be risky. Maybe if you close below, oh, maybe because these wicks, you know, these wicks make it a little risky. Overall the candles is one direction, so, and you're on the 30-minute. Yeah, I would probably look for on the 15-minute, see what the 15-minute chart looks like. And it could maybe further refine and define which areas you're looking at. But overall, this looks like a nice setup if you're looking to take this. And maybe see if you can get a candle break below this wick. Maybe below this wick, and that could be like an impulse stop loss above the wick and take the range down here to this level. Those are my thoughts on that. Hopefully that helps you out. Go back here to gold, see what it's doing. Okay, so gold already closed on the 15-minute, and it did close bearish here. It's back down, testing this level of support. So let's see how price is going to move here. This could easily just be the push down on the 30-minute, creating the wick at the bottom before it continues up. So let's just be patient, see how this is going to play out for us. I really do like the setup. You know, gold is really volatile, so you know it could even spike down here and have a huge wick before it continues up. But we're hoping we identified a nice entry, and we'll see this thing start playing out to our favor. So if you're just jumping onto the stream, we are in an active trade here with gold. We're currently in drawdown about 20 pips, 19 pips, 20 pips. And we're looking for this move to the upside. We're playing off of level of support here, expecting trend line multiple times, trying to complete a pattern for a higher high. And yeah, so we'll see how this works out for us. Got about 12 minutes left on this candle that we're on right now. Hopefully we get some volume here pushing us to the upside. And GJ, we're still waiting on GJ to move between one of these prices here. And I'm gonna go ahead and set an alert. Just in case I'm not on the chart, so I know. Be looking at. And just in case, because it might, might take all the way to New York and stuff to play out. Never know. I mean, right now it looks like it's moving down, so be nice. And if it's breaking through here, this range, and it's only like a 10 pip, 13 pip range. Really not enough for us to try to pursue that. Oh man, see, you guys see gold, it spiked down here, actually hit our stop loss, so we out on gold. Wow. Let's see what happened here. 5 pips on AUD. Nice. Man, freaking gold. Watch this thing just spike here and then turn around. Doing that. So here on gold, minus 30 pips. Minus 30 pips on gold for stop loss. I'm gonna leave this setup though because I want to see how it plays out. Okay, hang on a second. Apparently, still waiting on GJ here. What a disaster on gold, damn it. This thing shut down quick too. Literally, we got in and it just melted down. So we took a little L here on gold, 30 pips. Waiting for GJ. Play out. Could have possibly put your stops below here, the trend. See if you would have identified it. Come on. We still got this set up here on GJ that we're looking at. We're waiting for price to reach this area and this area or this area. We have potential ranges here that we could take. Man, look at gold. Just wicked. Pushing up. May get a second opportunity here. This candle closes bullish. But stops below this wick, about 23 pips. About 20 pips right there. But we would need it to close bullish. If this thing closes bullish, I may give it a second chance. It looks like it's pushing up. We got about 4.5 minutes for this candle. We risked 1% on the first one. We took a 1% loss there. Which is okay. Monday. Small risk. Sticking to my risk management plan. Still have a nice potential here. I don't think the setup is invalid. I just gold does this stupid wicking and and we just rode our stops a little too tight. Got about 3.5 minutes. Let's see what the 5-minute looks like. This one closed bullish, but not enough confirmation. 15, 30, still bearish. 1 hour still bearish. 4 hours still bearish. Damn. Everything's looking bearish. Yeah, but I do expect this thing to go up. Got about 3 minutes here. And you know what? Maybe for this, it'd probably be better. Like I said, price breaking above here. To take a trade. Put our stops below the wick. But this would confirm that we're moving up just because we have this clean traffic here. For a nice range. Is this range right here? About 92 pips, which is nice. So yeah, I'm gonna wait. I would like to see the confirmation here. But I think we have a better probability with price above here. What do you guys think? Cool. About 10 seconds for this candle to close. Remember, I'm looking more like above this price area. And maybe a potential sell below this. Got some, these wicks are a little bit, I don't really like the wicks. Look at GJ, still waiting here. Yeah, so this level here that I have drawn up is on the 4-hour, the level of support. So that's kind of where it's at right now. So 15-minute candle close bullish. 30-minute candle is moving bullish right now. Waiting on the setup here, guys, for both gold. May give it a second chance, and GJ waiting for it to get to a price level here that we can take some action on. Maybe we'll get the second chance here on the gold and recover here our little L we took a second ago. I'm gonna be right back, guys. Alright guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. My dog was like barking. Oh, I think he had like a nightmare. Look at this, man. Would be our risk here. Stops below previous wick. About 30 pips again. Write this up. See. Okay. I'm gonna give it another chance here, jumping in on a buy. Giving my original trade a second chance here. As far as GJ goes, it's still in the no trade zone. No setup for that. But gold, it looks like we're running into profit here. See my entry. Got in here at 13. So 30 pips here would be 34.13. Target that level there. We're in profits here in gold, about 6-7 pips. We had some nice clear indication here, bullish engulfing candle on the 15-minute, so I decided to get in right here. Wicking down here, respecting this level of support, respecting this trend line. The pattern that we noted here was that we're in an uptrend, creating higher highs, respecting this trend. And on the lower time frames here, the 30 minutes, it looks like we've got about 9 minutes left on this candle. We're moving bullish. Our entry came in on the 15-minute, previous 15-minute candle did close bullish engulfing, and it actually engulfed not only this candle but these 2, 3, so 1, 2, 3, 4 candles, previous 4 candles, which is a nice indication to the upside. I know we were looking at this particular price here, but I like the entry setup here, so I went ahead and took it. So if you guys are in the trade, you are currently up about 8 pips. It's a nice setup here, and we're targeting these different levels. But like I said, once we move to about take profit 1, we definitely want to adjust our stop loss to break even, and even you could even take some partials or close the whole trade if you want, but just take some kind of action at that level. This is a second chance on the first trade that we had lost 30 pips, so once we get back to this level, it would be a nice break even. Obviously we want to push further up, make sure we have a positive day here, start the week off nice. So look, GJ is moving up right now, actually too, on its way up. Could potentially have a setup here. So if you're just joining the stream, we are currently in an active stream. I mean, an active trade, sorry. Currently up about 12, 13 pips on gold, and it's moving up nicely. I love the way it's moving right now. We took this trade based on the pattern and the trend that it's in to continue to the upside. Our entry was on the 15-minute, and we're looking for this to continue to push up. Be a nice push up, break up this price. That would be nice. We got about 5.5 minutes left on this candle. 5.5 minutes or 5 minutes left on this candle. It looks like this little support, or I mean resistance on the 30-minute is kind of testing it right now. So ideally, I would like to see it come up above that. It would be a nice indication of continuation. If it closes below, then I may consider minimizing my risk. Just because we do have this area here where it's pushing below, so we want to see it create higher highs. Really our stop below here, just because we have this little wick. And gold, I mean, in a second, like the last one, it wicked us out in like a minute. I mean, just pushed down and it came back up. So we want to just make sure we can account for that. And obviously we don't want to be creating lower lows. We got about 3.5 minutes here for the 15-minute candle. And ideally we would like this to continue to go bullish. So our 30-minute could be bullish. It's pulling all the way back. It's right now it's 3:30 a.m. So London opened about 30 minutes ago. GJ is close to getting to our level up here. And ideally we would want to see candle closure above this price so we can execute that trade here. Keep checking on that, but we are in an active trade here with gold. Currently down about 15 pips. This is just giving our initial setup a second attempt. Got about 2 minutes left here. Thing is pushing down. Got about a minute and a half. Wanted to pull it back up. Pull back up for us. Come on now. About a minute left here. Got about 30 seconds. Let's see how this candle closes. I mean, it is bearish, but it's not creating lower lows. The body is not engulfing the previous body. It's rejecting, it's pulling back up. Nice wick. So we can continue to hold that. About 5 minutes here. I mean, well, it was 5 seconds, but looks like this one closed bullish. I like that. It's okay on that. 5-minute pullback. Okay, so we're still in this trade here. Looks like the 30-minute closed bullish. Ideally, we want to see it closing above this little area of resistance, just so we can get that clear indication of continuation to the upside. 1 hour looks nice here. And so if you're just joining the stream, we are in a live and active trade with gold. We took this trade based on the pattern identification that we saw with higher highs, lower lows, respecting a trend line, identifying supports, trade ranges here, and then identifying our risk to reward and different targets to shoot for here. And right now I'm currently down like 4 pips on the trade. So if you hadn't jumped in, I mean, you could jump in. You'd probably get a better price entry than I'm in. But we want to target our stops below this level, and our first take profits around here. Second, third, fourth. And this was second attempt giving my first trade setup a second chance. Our first one, we took an L here for 30 pips. So hopefully we can turn this around with this second attempt here. And the GJ is coming up to our price. Ideally, if we get price breaking up above over here, we can have a nice stop target below the wick, and then target the next level here. Ideally, maybe not this candle, maybe the next one, so we can have a nice risk to reward ratio. So all right, gold, we're coming into profit a little bit here, about 4 pips, 4 pip profit, looking nice. 5 pips. Yeah, this looks nice. Look at this. I mean, if this 1 hour closes engulfing this candle, respecting this support here, it'll be really nice. See how these candles are forming? See how there's this wick here, and then you have the higher wick, like, or the higher low this low is higher than this low. So maybe we've respected the key area here, respecting the trend, and then potentially continuation to the upside. Currently in profit, a couple of pips here. Okay, look, we're coming up. I'm gonna test this price area. Gold is pushing down. Come on, GJ. Got about 9 minutes left on this candle. We're about like 5 pips away from our price point here. But remember, we want to see a nice candle with a nice wick that we can potentially target or have a nice risk to reward ratio. I mean, down about 4 pips here on gold. So if you're just joining the stream, we are in an active trade with gold, and it's a second chance of our first trade that we took on this session. It hit our stop loss previously. Setup is still valid. Everything looks good here. We're down a couple of pips here, but it looks like it should be moving back up into the uptrend. Remember, guys, it's Monday. Slow day. Let's ease into the markets. Make sure we're not over trading, over leveraging. GJ's pushing up into our price point here. Gold is coming back down. We're down about 11 pips. Hopefully it's just establishing the lower wick here. Ideally we don't want a wick lower than this. Got about 3.5 minutes left on this candle. What it's looking like on the 30-minute, 1 hour. 1 hour looks disgusting. I would like this to close bullish on the 1 hour. Would be nice. Down about 15 pips, and got about 2 minutes and 50 seconds here. Mike, gold is falling, bro. Think so. I think it has a nice, I think it will have a nice push up, another push up before it falls. And it looks like we had a range here, push up, range here, push up, range, push down, range back up, crazy range here, push up, and it's back in this area. Trying to catch a nice little push up here, and I mean I think it will come down, but I think we have an opportunity to catch something here before it does. Could be wrong. We'll see what happens. We got about 1 minute and 20 seconds left on this candle, 15-minute candle. And it looks like it wicked down here, didn't create a lower low, so I like that. $15-minute candle is coming to a close. About 5 seconds here, and it looks like it's closing bullish. Good sign. Keep it going, keep it going. $30-minute still bullish. 1 hour bullish. At about 15 minutes for this candle to close. Looks like GJ is a couple of pips away from our price point here. If you're just now joining the stream, we are in an active trade with gold. Currently we are about 8 pip drawdown. Come on, let's not break this low. If we break this low, I'll probably manage my risk here, taking some position off. Just to be safe. But hopefully this is just the bottom wick of this 15-minute candle. And then it pulls up. It's like GJ's pushing down. Gold is pushing down too, about 14 pip. All down here. Got about 10 minutes left on this candle. Got about 9 minutes left here, and it's pulling back a little bit here. Looks like it is still respecting this little trend where we're not creating lower lows with the VIX. This is a good sign for us, but we would ideally want this candle to close bullish. See what it does. I like the way this 1 hour candle looks too. We've got about 7 minutes for this 1 hour candle to close. It's looking bullish, which looks nice. 30-minute looking bullish. That looks nice too. Pushing up here. Coming back to our entry. Down about 2 pips. Looks like we're coming into profit here. DJ is still floating right below our price that we're looking for. Okay, we're about 2-3 pips in profit here with gold. Yeah, I think a better probability setup would have been up here above this price point to catch a move up this way. And although I do think that gold's price is going to move down long term, I think that this short term we can have a push up to grab volume before the continuation to the downside, just to kind of finish up this pattern here. Is moving down, moving up, and then push to the downside. So what I'm trading here is just this push up to the upside. See how it plays out. Got about 4 minutes left on this 15-minute candle, which would be the finish of this 1 hour. We can close bullish engulfing, be nice. 30-minute. Got about 3 minutes left here. Got about 2.5 minutes on the 30-minute, or the 1 hour, the 30-minute, and the 15. We are around break even here. Around break even, guys. Maybe a pip or two in profit. You know, if you don't have confidence in the trade and don't want to hold, this is your time. You can get out. You can get out. I am in this active trade, and I'm holding it. So you do what you think you should do for your trade. Sharing what I'm doing. Got about 1.5 minutes left. Oh, come on, push up. Got about 1 minute left here. About 20 seconds. DJ's pushing down. Okay, we're starting a new hour here. These wicks are still respecting the lows of the previous wicks. A good sign. 30-minute. I don't really like that little doji bearish candle. 1 hour still bullish. See. See how this plays out. We are in this active trade. See what our Chinese indicator has to say. Oh, almost pretty much evenly matched. Let's wait for GJ. See that push up. about 9.5 minutes here for this 15-minute candle. Currently about down about 8 pips. I would love to see a nice big candle with a lot of volume pushing up this way. We might not see it till like New York, maybe New York session. Remember today 8 a.m. there's some USD news. The Fed chair is going to speak, so there may be some more hawkish than expected. Is good for currency. See how that plays out. Got about 5 minutes here left on this 15-minute candle. Like no volume in here. I mean, it's Monday. Just ranging here. We probably had a better opportunity for buys above this area. Maybe we got in a little early here. But it looks like still to be respecting this support and these wicks. creating higher lows. So hopefully we can see the continuation to the upside. GJ looks like it's moving back down under here. Let's see, what would this would have been 20 pip range. Could have potentially had a trade right there. Gold is pushing down now, down about 13 pips. And if it creates if it goes lower than the previous wick, I'm going to consider removing some of my position, as I would be actively managing it, you know, just because if it creates that lower low, then maybe we're pushing down, and I don't want to be, I want to lose less than, you know, keep losses small if it's going to go down to hit our stop loss. Okay, so I'm removing some of my position here. Beginning of March. We got about 15 minutes left on the stream. We are still in this trade. Gold. Yeah, it's at 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. We still got some time before that. And this thing is down 28 pips here. So we got about 12 and a half minutes on this candle and 12 and a half minutes left on the stream. I'm still in this gold trade. I have reduced my position to risk less, just in case it does come down to hit stop loss. Got about 10 minutes and 45 seconds left on this candle, the 15-minute, and same amount of time for the live stream. We're currently down on this thing in drawdown about 20 pips. Ideally, I would love to see this pull up, you know, not close below here and maybe close bullish, show some indication to the upside. 10 minutes left here. We got 10 minutes left on the stream, 10 minutes left on this 30-minute candle. Oof. Got about 7.5 minutes left here on the stream and on this candle. We are still in this trade, currently down about 19 pips. I'm looking for this to respect and hold this support, possibly close bullish on the candle for confirmations to move to the upside. Got about 5.5 minutes left here. Oh. Yeah, we're stuck in this little range thing. Should have probably waited for a better probability setup above here. But you know, the reason I got in at this point is looking at this setup here, this pattern. I know it's been coming down, but this pattern here, there's higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Respecting this trend, look like we're testing this trend area here to potentially move up again. So that's kind of what we were executing off of. So we entered here when we had some bullish confirmation, bullish engulfing candle. We entered, putting our stops below here. And it just doesn't want to play ball. We're about 3 minutes left on the stream here. Make sure you have your stops. This is why we don't over leverage or over trade. Follow your risk management plan. We did lose our first one 30 pips, and right now we're down about 24-25 pips on this one, the second chance. Either way, you should be managing your risk. Give yourself an opportunity for the rest of the week. It's still early in the week. Be taking huge risk here. So we got about 2.5 minutes left on the stream. And on this trade here, looks like it wants to push down. DJ doing? DJ pushed down too. Got about a minute left here. Definitely not a good sign here with this little bearish movement. Yeah, definitely not. I mean, closing below this here in the next 30 seconds for me is breaking through this, possibly gonna keep moving down. I really like that. Got about 15 seconds here. And I may just continue to watch this through the New York session, but here's your levels. I mean, we got stop set, we got target levels. At this point, it doesn't look like it's going to play out. It looks like it's going to move down to hit our stops. Hopefully not, but we'll see. I'll ride this thing out. I'm gonna leave the trade open. I did take some positions off to reduce my risk, but that is all she wrote for our live stream here. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the love. You guys continuing to come back. Today we took an L on the live, minus 30 pips on gold. We had a second chance here that we entered in, currently down about 25 pips. We'll update tomorrow. I'll be back live tomorrow, London, from 1:30 a.m. Central Standard Time to 4:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. I really appreciate you guys joining me, and peace. I'm out.